Hey guys, what's up? My name is Alex Duarte, and this is my road to ProAm. So, this is basically going to be a series of videos that follow me and all my experiences, everything I go through as I attempt to compete in the Formula D Pro-Am series. So me kind of being a new person to this whole drift community, drift thing, everything about it, I obviously go on YouTube, I look up everything to see what I can find out about the sport. And I never actually found a good solid series that explained or showed something like this that I plan to do, which is kind of so you can follow me from the beginning all the way to the end if I do actually have an end. So let's start from the beginning. Basically, I used to have a 2003 Lancer Evolution Evo 8. And my dad got that car in 2006 when I was about 8 years old, still really young, and I still had very big influences through my dad on cars. He's the one who got me into cars and everything. So he comes home with this beautiful, beautiful yellow Evo, and I fell in love with it automatically. I watched him work on it. I helped him work on it. Kind of learned everything I know through him. And when I turned 16, he decided that I guess he was done with the Evo and wanted to pass it down to me, which is awesome. So I was gifted with an awesome car at the age of 16, and I loved the thing. I dreamed of owning it, so I basically worked on it. I made everything, I modded it, everything I could do to it, I did to it, within my price range of a 16-year-old kid making minimum wage, of course. And I loved the car. It was awesome. I started getting into autocross. Loved that sport. I love to be competitive in motorsports. That's my thing. I don't know why, but when I'm competing in motorsports, I love it, and it's like a different world to me. So I competed in autocross for about a year, and I was actually able to get a championship in 2014 in the street modified class with Gulf Coast Autocrossers. There's the local autocross series out here. So my friend kind of explained to me how there's this event going on in West Palm. It's called Formula D. It's about drifting, and I was like, okay, cool. I love drifting. I'll try it out. I'll go look and watch. Who doesn't like to watch drifting? So I went to the event. West Palm Beach, 2014, Formula D Full-On Pro. And this is probably the first actual full-on pro event in any kind of motorsports I've been to at an age where I can kind of comprehend everything going on. I went to one of the first D1 Grand Prix events in New Jersey, one of the first ones in America actually, and I was so young. I loved everything drifting, but at the same time there's some RC cars, and as a kid, who wouldn't want to just go watch some RC cars? So I went to this event and it starstruck me. I was in awe of everything, not just the driving or the smoke or the show, but the culture of everything in that event, and drifting in general was just so welcoming. Everyone was so nice. I never saw any other type or read about any type of motorsports that's like that, and even if I read things about drifting, it's just the same. Everyone's there to have fun. Even in pro, it's a little less fun because you have the stress of sponsors and winning, but still, all the drivers are friends. Everyone loves to have fun, and that's what I really fell in love with the sport. And Other than that, I mean, obviously, who doesn't like to watch some cars go sideways next to each other? So after that event, it took me about 2 years of constant deciding whether I should sell my car and get a drift car, or should I just save up and get a drift car. But again, with my budget, the way I was making money, it just didn't seem like I could save up enough money in the amount of time that I personally would like to start getting into drifting. So I decided that I would sell the Evo. Unfortunately, I did not want to, but I love the sport. I had to do it. And so I was willing to do anything I could do or had to do to actually start drifting. So I sold the Evo, and I was on the hunt for an awesome kick-ass drift car, like a 240 with RB25 or an LS, you know, the normal thing any initial drifter would want to get, just all out, go crazy. And luckily, not most people wouldn't think luckily, but for me, I think fortunately that I couldn't find anything. Everyone knows who tries to look for a 240 that it's so hard to find a clean body. So after months and months of just stressful like looking for me and my dad, he was willing to help me out with everything. He's so supportive. We kind of like not gave up, but we were like, what are we gonna do? There's literally nothing. It's all just shit out there. So we decided to give a call to none other than Naoki Kobayashi. He is the founder and operator of Drift 101, the drift school out in California, who is arguably one of the best drift schools in the world, in my opinion, and definitely the best drift school in the US. It's the most stable, structured drift school out there. I definitely recommend it to anyone who's even thinking about getting into drifting, because I took a half-day class just to see if I liked drifting, and I loved it. And it's just generally a great way to find out if you like drifting for cheap without spending thousands of dollars, if actually getting a car and then deciding you don't like it. He's got great instructors. Everything about the school is great. I definitely recommend it to anyone who is willing or wants to get into drifting. So we started talking to him and out there in the school, and him and his instructor Jeff Jones were talking to me about everyone who wants to start big with RB25s, LS1s, crazy horsepower cars. And luckily they were able to shed a little light on me about how it's not that smart to start off like that. You should start simple. Drifting is very, very simple. You don't need anything crazy, especially when you're first starting. So they gave me really good advice. And with all this stress going on about trying to find a car, we gave him the call, and we talked for a while about our dilemma about trying to find a car, and he helped us out. He told us ways to find good cars or where to look exactly, and he also told us about this thing he does where he builds cars for customers, which is awesome. So he told us about this deal he does with some customers if they're really into the sport, and he knew that I was from the class, so we made the deal. We talked and talked for about a month about everything, decisions, cars, what we wanted to do. So after all the talks, we made the deal. We decided on a 240 with an SR20, basically stock. He had this motor in a different car that he trusted, and we trusted him, so we would have a turnkey drift car ready to go, no problems, just maintenance. So we made the deal, and along with making the deal, we had the opportunity for me to actually go out there to California from here in Florida to help work on the car, because I like to work in my own cars. So I went out there for a month, and along with that, he also gave me an opportunity to have an internship with him and his company on Drift 101. It would be a great opportunity for me to see how everything works in the drift community and how he operates, his work ethics and everything. And so I booked my ticket, I booked an Airbnb, and I was out there. I booked an Airbnb about 1.5 miles away from the shop we were working at, which is actually R-Spec is the shop, and it's owned and operated by Robert Caballas. Awesome guy. We got along really great, and he's actually a good friend of mine now. After a month, we got a clean chassis, did the engine swap, tested the car, tuned the car, got everything ready so that it would be reliable enough not only for the trip back to Florida where I live, but for me to kind of, have the car until I'm ready to compete in actual competitions. And everything went smooth. I mean, there were some hiccups here and there, as usual with cars. But all in all, the experience that I gained from being there around them and meeting all the people that I met, making the connections was crazy. I could not imagine myself not doing this anymore. So now I'm back in Florida. I'm ready to start drifting. My first event is July 9th at Orlando Speed World. And big shout out and big thanks to Naoki Kobayashi at Drift 101 and Robert at R-Spec. And I'll leave the link for Rob's shop's website down below and Naoki's YouTube channel down below as well. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys enjoy this video and hope you enjoy my road to ProAm.
What we do here is go back.